In this video, we're going to be looking at icons. And icons are important because you don't always want to use text. Also, there's language issues, barriers, things like that, right? You're going to have users come in, and sometimes it's just way easier to have a more universal icon or image, specifically icon, show what to do in a general situation. And I think Apple does a very good job with this. And your app could be no different too. And so what we're going to do is look at the documentation, and then we're going to look at some icons and play around with them. So let's get to reading. And it says Chakra provides multiple ways to use icons in your project. You could have the Chakra icon library, which I've used, a third-party icon library, which is cool, and then you could create your own icons as well. So basically anything that's an icon you could bring on in, and Chakra says, A-OK, this sounds good. It says right here, avoid passing on-click handlers to icon components. If you need a clickable icon, use icon button instead. Now, I can understand if you accidentally do this, you're just coding and you're like, I need to click on this, right? Now, you may get some errors in the console, you may not, but if you're going to need something to click on, you could still bring in your customized icons. There's no problem with that. They're not saying no, but you want to put them in the icon button instead. That's the more appropriate place to do it. And it says Chakra provides a set of commonly used interface icons you could use in your project. To use them, do the install below. And actually, I think I also have that in the description down below as well. And so it's not just a simple, God icon you bring in and do icon dot. You have to bring in the specific icons you want to use. And notice here, it's a different import than Chakra UI. You have the icons, / icons here. So just know that you're going to have, if you have icons and Chakra components, you're going to have two different imports for them. So we have the phone, but then also we could use the box size prop to change the icon size. So we could use the width 6, height 6. We could also change the color as well. I know they're not being shown above here, but even with icons, you could still use your, different attributes and stuff to change size, color, shape, all that other good stuff with it. So as we go down here, this is a taste of all the icons that you could use in here. And maybe you want to use your own icons, but you don't want to, especially maybe if you're doing this for a school project, just use someone else's, free open source icons, make them work. And then later on, when you have a sprint time, whatever, go customize these yourself. I imagine most of y'all are going to be graded on your functionality rather than 100% on its looks. And so these are all awesome. These are all very commonly used icons. You could change the colors, all that other, features you may want to use. So, I wouldn't, I'm getting on a tangent here just because I've seen people do it before. Don't do the stuff that you save for like the very slow pace sprints. Just use the stuff out of the box. And so it says using a third-party icon library. So this does happen. And it says to use third-party icon libraries like React Icons, here are the steps. Import the icon component from Chakra UI React. So we have icon right here. It says pass the desired third-party icon as a prop. And it's as simple as this. You're bringing in the icon. All right, that's cool. And then now you're bringing the other icon in from an external library, and you're just essentially telling Chakra, hey, this component here, I'm using this as prop right here, which is a very powerful prop. And we're saying I want it to function, look like, be set as this new icon coming on in. So even though up here we have import, phone icon, add icon, warning icon, what it's telling you is that there's an actual icon from the Chakra React-based project they have, and that is there to be used to, handle third-party libraries. And so here's some examples. We have, these icons in here, but even as we're using as, this MD work group, You could still use the good old Chakra, props and style attributes and change color and, shape and all that other stuff that you may need to as well. So it's almost like you're still using, you still are using Chakra, even if you are importing someone else's icons. And so we have creating your custom icon. Chakra provides two methods for that, using the icon component or using the create icon function. And so we have icon, we have create icon right here, and it says both icon and create icon enable you to style the icon using style props. And I do not see the create icon usage in here. That's kind of odd. Maybe it's down below here. There we go. So if you wanted to come down here and do it, you could fill this out yourself, display the icon coming in, set up the view box, do all this stuff yourself if you wanted to. But if you're lazy like me, just, you could use the icon and then you could set this in here. It just looks a little bit neater to me, but I guess it's your own style, whatever you want to do here. I don't know a lot of people that make their own icons, but if you want to, you basically just follow this pattern right here. You have the icon, set the view box color, and then you have the path coming in of the SVG. And then we could also have a fallback icon. It says when a child is not provided, the icon renders to a fallback icon, which is this question mark right here. I don't like this icon. I'd rather have it not appear, or maybe just take up space, because this question mark here could, you may want to be able to click on it, right? Because this is one of those question marks that's by a form or a button or something where users may have more questions about it. And so this is a little bit mischievous of a fallback in my opinion. So you may want to consider, if something fails here, you may just not want to show the icon at all, or handle your application another way. And there's other props. Feel free to look through here, but I just want to code, so let's go and do that. Alrighty, so in this section, what we're going to be looking at is just a very small, brief example of using icons. Now, I think you've seen me use icons, pictures, other stuff. It's incredibly easy to do. So what I'm going to do is just copy and paste the two examples, or at least the two imports I'm going to use, and then I'm going to type them on out for y'all. So we have this phone icon right here. Let's give it some padding. So now that sticks out a little bit more. So we have this phone icon right here. Let's copy and paste this and then put the calendar icon in as well. And you could tell that we have Chakra UI /React and we have /icon. So if you're wondering why something's not being imported, just make sure you're importing it from the correct place. Now, we have these icons here. What do we want to do if, say, we want to change the size or the color of them? Well, that's fairly easy to do, because at the end of the day, these are all just boxes, I still do believe. Maybe even the icons. Maybe I'm speaking incorrectly there, but we could still manipulate them very easily. So let's do that. And you see we've changed the width and the height, and then the green colors are, different. This is a bit darker. And we could take these icons now and we could size them on up. We could change the color. We could go ahead and do other things to them if we want. We just have to go back to, how does Chakra want us to label all the styles that we're going to use for a particular component. But this is how you use icons. Fairly easy, simple, straightforward. And yeah, if you like this stuff, like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next video.